Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're going to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is the scene for the Sept of Forgotten Stories, a Werewolf the Apocalypse venue located in Dublin, Ireland. This evening we have Leon wanting to speak with one of the newest members of the Sept. Who he will probably find sitting in the garden of the Cub House.
Okay. Leon's going to approach from upwind so she can get a whiff of his pure breed so he's not like sneaking up on her.
She is probably sitting outside sewing.
Leon's in his normal attire. He's got a black t-shirt on. It's faded jeans and biker boots.
Her attire is actually not all that different. A kind of faded, ripped up Def Leppard shirt, pair of black jeans, and combat boots.
He's smoking on a cigar, and he's got a bag with him, a small brown bag.
Smar will kind of glance up from the sewing that she's doing. Your deed name was... I'm sorry. Yesterday was a lot. Lightning Claws, I think?
That's my deed name. You're correct.
I'm sorry, I don't quite remember your actual name.
He just smiles. It's Leon.
Leon.
For someone who feels as strongly about me as you do, I'm pretty sure you know my name.
Just because I dislike you doesn't mean I'm going to remember you.
Okay. We'll play that game. And he sits down within arm's reach of her, but not like right next to her. He kind of makes out like an exaggerated as he sits.
She'll set her needlepoint down. So what can I do for you?
He reaches into the bag and pulls out another cigar and offers it to her.
No, thank you.
Puts it back and reaches back into the bag and pulls out a bottle of whiskey and two shot glasses.
I tend not to drink. Dulls the senses.
You're in the middle of Sept.
Doesn't mean my brother can't find me.
So you rejected 2 of my peace offerings already. This isn't going to go well.
I don't smoke and I don't drink. Terribly sorry.
Well, I do both. And he cracks open the bottle and pours himself a shot. I'm here to try to make peace between us.
All right.
Things got pretty heated yesterday.
That they did. A big part of that in defense of my children.
Mm-hmm. Mine was in defense of my sept.
Which your alpha welcomed me on to.
He did, but after he welcomed you, he certainly didn't stick around. Neither did the warder.
I got the distinct feeling the warder left because she was about to hit you.
Nah.
Difference of opinion, then.
Well, since I know the warder better than you do. Alright, look. Not too long ago, the sept was put into great peril by an evil vampire asshole. The ability to possess people. Possessed some of our cubs. Turned people against their friends. I personally witnessed one of his minions turn 3 people in a strike team sent out to destroy him.
Terribly sorry.
The entity that turned the 3 people, the strike team, had silver for claws. And she would have seen the battle scars on his chest and abdomen yesterday when he had his shirt off.
I assume that's where your battle scar came from.
It is. It's also where my deed name comes from. Grandfather Thunder granted us all his power. After myself and a couple of Shadowlord Theurges went to go see him to ask for help. This threat was so big that the vampires and the mages of Dublin, all with us, all banded together. And it took a large group of us to take out his power base. In the battle, one of the foul things that this vampire who went by the name of Lord Ishar, but I called him Ishart, did bad things to a cub under my protection. Possessed him, marked him, attempted to corrupt him. And in the battle, I got these burns, and the creature converted some of my blood to silver.
She winces at that.
I don't know if you ever felt like your blood was on fire.
I've done things over the years that I regret because of my heritage. And I have danced the spiral more than I care to admit. But I've also gone to Erebus and atoned for the things that I did.
Look, I get it, I really do. But when I came up and I smelled Black Spiral Dancer so very strongly, I went into defensive mode. I remembered my blood boiling in my failure to protect a cub, and I got mad.
Keep in mind, my children are 6. They may look older, but that's because they're metis.
I know.
And
Last
I
night,
had them torn from me when I was rescued and they weren't. They were raised in the clutches of their father, who I cannot even begin to describe the monstrous things that he has done. Your twin is supposed to be someone that you feel such a deep connection to that you would never wish them harm. My brother used that connection. She has tears in her eyes at this point. To sexually abuse me for years. Didn't want to make Ahmed's child, let alone 2. Wouldn't trade them for the world, but it nearly killed me. If it weren't for Dev, I would probably be dead. Because he left me for dead. So believe me when I say I have no reason to go back to the spirals, ever.
he doesn't say anything for a moment and offers her the bottle again.
She fucking takes it this time and takes a rather large drink. And I'm gonna go roll her stamina. Because she's not used to drinking.
He figured he would. She would. Leon may be a big brute, but he's not stupid.
Lindsay, what would you set the difficulty for that at?
What's up?
Oh, she took a big fucking drink from the whiskey bottle that Leon offered.
Oh, so just make a standard stamina roll.
Okay.
Diff 6.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. She's Russian. Of course she's fine.
Fair enough.
That blood, just because she doesn't drink doesn't mean the blood doesn't still run through her veins.
She does speak with a pretty decently thick Russian accent, but I'm not going to do it because it would be horrible and offensive.
Right. I was born an asshole, My dad was an asshole. My mom was an asshole. My grandfather, uncles, all assholes. Grew up with assholes. Went to school with assholes. So I'm a big asshole. I know this. I tend to get angry quickly even before my first change. Being born in Ireland didn't make anything better. And sometimes it takes my mate to tame me. When he mentions his mate, you see him kind of relax slightly, just at the mention of her.
She smiles a little bit.
Last night, she saw the state I was in, and we've been together for a while, but became mates recently. I'm in a band. I have 3 kinfolk under me. So she knows my moods. And last night, she brought something to my attention that made me think. I'm a big man. I have a long beard, long hair. I'm obviously a biker, heavy metal guy. Because of that, people make a lot of assumptions about the kind of person I am. And half of them are right. The other half is not. It pisses me off when people make assumptions about me. And I did the exact same thing that pisses me off to you. This is what she tells me. And I see her point. And your Shadow Lord, it's like your family. Grandfather Thunder brought you into the fold. A Philodox I trust says you're saying the truth. My Alpha has brought you on Sept. So while you are here and amongst us, your children are under my protection. When it comes to straight skill in combat, if I were to take on any other Gargon here on Sept, with no gifts, no forms, straight Hamid fight, there's none better than me. There are several as good as me. At a game, Dex 5.
Yeah.
Brawl 5.
Yep.
I mean, Samara's Dex 5, but she does not have Brawl 5. Her strength and stamina, not so much.
So I'll defend your children as I would defend any other in the Sept.
Thank you. They are very new at all of this. Black spirals, they don't do things the way Guy and Garu do. I still at times slip up. I spent my whole life in the spiral. I've been free of it for 6 years. And in those 6 years, I have been happier than I ever was there. It would click that she's been free for 6 years. She had probably just given birth when she was freed.
Mm-hmm. So is the hatchet buried?
Consider it buried.
I'm just going to warn you. I'm going to be an asshole again.
As long as you're not an asshole to the kids, we're fine.
I'm not that much of an asshole. It's in my nature to be an asshole. And based on our interactions, I feel like you can be a bitch sometimes. And that's cool.
When it comes to defending my children, oh yes.
Yeah, but Grandfather Thunder brought you into the fold, so deep down inside there's an inner bitch. I respect that. But know that if you revert back and pose a danger to the Sept, I'm going to kill you. And on the flip side, if while you're around you see the beginning signs of someone who might turn, you see that in me, I expect you to kill me.
Frankly, I'd rather die than go back to that life. So, should I start to fall again, I would prefer that you kill me before that happens.
Fair enough. I don't even want to think what Black Spiral me would do to my mate.
Trust me. You don't want to know.
So you'll kill me.
I will.
Fantastic.
I need to give some information to the warder. Namely, my brother's name, what he looks like. Because he can suppress the taint. He can hide amongst regular Garu.
That's what I was afraid of.
He did it at the sept that Dev was at before this. For years.
Well, if he comes here, we will destroy him.
I certainly hope so.
We will break him and then burn the body just to be safe. And if you want, you can piss in his eye socket.
It's a little harder to do for women.
Then I'll piss his eye socket if you're not up for the challenge.
Hey. Thank you.
I'll be around if you ever want to talk Foster into Foster or Shadowlord to Shadowlord or asshole to bitch.
Gladly.
If you like metal and hard rock, my band has gigs around town.
She kind of points at the shirt.
I figured as much, but I'm trying not to make assumptions.
I am definitely a heavy metal hard rock girl.
Then you'd like my band. I sing and play guitar just as well as I fight.
Very nice. I have been tempted to try an instrument, but pretty behind on most people. So,
I can teach you the guitar. I can get one of my kinfolk to teach you the drums or the bass if you want.
We'll have to see. It's going to be a busy couple of months trying to get the twins adjusted.
I'm sure.
Especially considering I had no hand in raising them.
I feel sorry for the dead mother.
They're good kids. They really are. They didn't have anyone to temper their father. Even I couldn't do that, but I could have taken some of the worst of what they got.
But they're still young.
And that was all they've ever known.
Well, here they'll know better. Dazzles is a good dead mother.
Dev trusts her, so I trust her.
I trust Dazzles. She's good people.
Good. I've warned her of some of the issues that could pop up, so.
Like what?
They are closer than most siblings probably should be.
Like in a gross way?
Yes.
Oh shit. I really feel sorry for Dazzles.
That is. There's no doubt their father's fault in part. He was my twin after all.
Well, they're so young, that shit can be corrected.
We'll see about that. I hope it can, but
Nah, I'm sure of it. I used to be a bigger asshole.
it's saying something. You're a pretty big one now.
That I am. As you can imagine, being a huge asshole in a cub.
I don't imagine that went over well for you.
Nope. It's when I learned that sometimes everyone needs a good beat down every once in a while to keep you in line. Remember your place.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. I'd like to meet this maid of yours sometime.
If you come to a show, you'll see her. She's in the band.
Hmm.
You'd like her.
It sounds like it.
When we're bar hopping, I don't have to protect her. She can take care of herself.
As any woman should.
She is a badass bitch. But you kind of have to be to put up with me.
Seems like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on the twins. See how they're adjusting.
Alright. I'll go leave you to that.
I will see you around, Lightning Claws.
I'll see you around, Chainbreaker.
I think that is a good place to end our scene, and I will definitely be renaming the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been a scene for the Sept of Forgotten Stories. We'll